Let's now move forward to second language learning anxiety, which is an important emotional and psychological factor in learning a second language. Contrary to motivation, this reflects a negative emotional reaction towards learning or the use of a second language in a certain social environment. And this may be caused by any factor. We'll talk about it later on, but there could be so many factors which cause people become anxious. And as I said, this may have a very negative impact on learning a second language, because the emotional disturbance which learners go through because of anxiety make them unable to learn or understand second language or foreign language input, and they cannot understand it properly in the true spirit, because we know when people are anxious, they may not be able to perform various tasks in their life properly. So is the case with learning a second language. However, contrary to public perception, Scoville, an important contributor to anxiety theory, he talks about two important aspects of learner anxiety. One is facilitating and the other is debilitating. According to him, anxiety can also be facilitating in a learning task, because when we are anxious, we have more energy, body produces more energy, and that energy can be channelized into performing an action properly. That extra energy could be utilized if we can handle our anxiety in a positive manner. So in this situation, anxiety may become facilitating, and it helps us fight learning tasks which are difficult ones. So if we have extra energy, we could fight them, we could solve them properly and easily. Debilitating anxiety is one which leads us towards avoidance behavior, makes us lazy, and it makes us run away from the performance of tasks, and therefore this is extremely counterproductive for learning tasks. There are usually three performance-based anxieties. Among them is communication apprehension. Some people you might find in your surroundings as well, they are naturally reluctant or reticent towards communicating with others. So their natural inhibition to communicate with others make them anxious while learning a second language or using a second language for communication, and this seriously or may seriously affect their learning process. Test anxiety. Some people are simply afraid of the failure in tests, so therefore they become anxious when learning a second language, because they feel that they would not be able to pass the exam related to second language. Therefore, they develop test anxiety which affect their learning. Fear of negative evaluation is a key factor in the anxiety related to second language, and this is based on the perception that others would judge us when we speak or use the second language, and we're always afraid that others would not judge us in a better way, in a positive manner. So this fear develops a kind of negative anxiety among us, and this affects our learning. Therefore, this judgment could be at two levels. Micro level, this could be by the teachers themselves within the classroom, and at a macro level, this could be by the people living around us, by our friends, our family members, or many other people we interact in our community. O2L to self is also closely related to anxiety. If it is not channelized properly, it can make learners anxious. Some kind of conditioning in the childhood related to learning foreign languages or other tasks of learning also develops into anxious behavior in their coming days. How to reduce anxiety? This is a very important question in relation to second language classroom, and there could be multiple ways suggested by psychologists, researchers in the field of second language learning, and many others we deal with in our daily lives. I'll just mention one or two or three important ones in front of you. A teacher must examine the thoughts that cause the fear. We as teachers must understand what make our students afraid of learning a second language. By knowing those reasons, we can definitely develop some strategy to make our students overcome those. But if we are not interested in knowing our students' fears, then we will never be able to reduce those fears. Then teachers should also show some genuine concern for our students and their fears. When we'll show genuine concern, students might feel privileged, might feel motivated, and their anxiety level might be reduced. We should also provide them a relaxed, reassuring classroom environment so their learning experience may be enhanced, may be improved, and their anxiety level therefore may be reduced. Positive learning experience. We have found in a recent study by Papi that positive learning experience may reduce students' anxiety and improve their motivation. So teachers should definitely look for various things which may improve their students' motivation and decrease their anxiety.